Hello, I'm Rosemary Morgan from London Roots Research, and it's day 3 here at Roots Tech in Salt Lake City. And I have with me Miko Cleland, who I'm going to ask to introduce himself. He's from Find My Past in the UK. I'm just going to say I've given up my photo opportunity with Donny Osmond this morning to interview Miko. But hey, let's hope it goes well. Miko, would you like to just introduce yourself? Because I know you have a new role at Find My Past.
Yes, well, I'm Miko Cleland. I'm Partnership and Outreach Manager at Find My Past, so I spend a lot of time talking to different societies and all of our lovely partner organisations and basically just spreading the good word of Find My Past. And I don't know if I can live up to Donny Osmond, but I did my best.
Okay, so there have been some new announcements here at Roots Tech. Perhaps we'll talk about those first.
Yes.
Particularly from the partnership side. Mm-hmm. Would you like to just elaborate a little bit?
Yes, so we've had so many announcements at Roots Tech. We've sort of come out with so many different things to talk about, and that's a great sort of position to be in. First of all, we've got a fantastic partnership with Family Search, which is growing, and that's meaning that everyone gets sort of new records and new ways to search things and new features, and we're working together to bring new records to everyone. We have a partnership with Family Tree DNA, which obviously DNA is the new sort of frontier for genealogy.
Yep.
And so we're very excited about that. We have a partnership with Billion Graves we've announced, which is going to be fantastic. I think Billion Graves are doing a great job, and they're really, really interesting sort of app to watch, and we'll be doing a lot more work with them. And then also StoryPress, which is a way to sort of bring your family tree to life, a way to tell your sort of family stories and record them for future generations.
Oh, brilliant. So in terms of the Family Search, does that mean that a lot of those Family Search records are now available on Find My Past?
Yes, we have sort of a lot of extra different ways to search these records. So although you can find them on Family Search now, they're available at no extra cost, and it means that you can perhaps search with different elements. So on Find My Past, you don't have to use a first and last name. You can search with occupations and spouses' names and all kinds of interesting other things. And so there are extra ways into these records, and they just make them accessible for just so many more people.
Oh, okay. So the search facility on Find My Past is going to be better than the Family Search?
I wouldn't say better, I'd say different.
Different, okay. All right, that's interesting. And the Billion Graves site, I just visited with them yesterday because I have a personal interest in that. But they're not very developed in the UK, are they?
They do sort of have a bit of a larger presence elsewhere, but this is a great chance for us to kind of work together and help to kind of bridge that gap. And there are so many people in Britain who've had relatives that have travelled around the world, and they've by no means got a small collection in the UK, so there are records there. It's just a case of being able to sort of add that sort of final marker to sort of a family's
But I think it would be a
tale.
great opportunity to get more British people visiting the graveyards and photographing them and uploading them if there's a greater awareness. So perhaps this would be an opportunity.
Their app is absolutely fantastic. They have a GPS sort of setting that means that you can go grave by grave and it will upload, and you'll be able to sort of really do a whole graveyard very, very quickly. So I've already pledged myself to do a few in London, sort of near where I live. So
well, I've just put the word out where I live in Guildford because there's currently a graveyard under threat, and an email's already gone out this morning to a whole lot of people asking them to photograph this particular graveyard. So, yeah, let's hope that this takes off.
I think together with a lot of societies and all the different other people that have really sort of dedicated this kind of idea, we really can make quite a difference in this sort of space. So it's exciting.
And DNA, I strongly believe, is going to be a big thing in the UK this year, what with the new companies launching. 23andMe launched in December, I gather. Ancestry just announced it, and now you're doing a partnership as well. So I've already interviewed CeCe Moore and Angie Bush, so I'm really excited by the whole DNA thing.
DNA is just, it's the new frontier. I mean, I've been playing around with it, and I've already found some matches and some relatives they've taken me back to the same small village in Ireland with about 500 people, and we have a very similar sounding surname, and we're perhaps a generation away from finding that record match. And the great thing is, not only are you finding relatives that might be able to sort of tell a bit more of the story, you're sort of proving that everything you have is correct going down from that point. So it's a great way of kind of just getting the pat on the back and saying you've done it right so far.
I'm really hoping to break down my maternal brick wall. I started my family history, wanted to do my maternal line, and that's my only remaining brick wall. So I'm hoping
the exciting time.
So now the last time we met at a conference was at the Guild of One Name Studies conference in, I can't remember which month it was last year. Was it May, June time?
I think so,
in Kent. And you were thrown to the wolves because Find My Past had just brought out the new search, and there were a lot of people that were very unhappy about that. But you did really well, but there were still a lot of things needed doing. So could you tell people about what has happened since that time in terms of correcting the difficulties?
I wouldn't want to call them wolves. I'd say just passionate genealogists, which we all get kind of quite excited about things, and we all have our own sort of desires when it comes to family history research, and there are so many different niche kind of interests. It's very difficult to sort of cover everything. And so what happened was we listened to everyone that had sort of questions and comments and ideas when it comes to sort of our search and how Find My Past worked. And we sort of took a little bit of a step back, and we sort of took all of these things on, and then we came up with our new search, a new search, I guess you call it.
New search.
Yes. So this is a beta which we've launched to quite a lot of people at the moment, and it's been absolutely very successful at the moment. So some people have seen it already, and if not, you'll see it quite soon. But we're actually sort of bringing it a little bit further forward and showing it to more people because the response has been so overwhelmingly positive. It's just quite logical. It helps you to move forwards and backwards through records and to narrow down your research really quickly. And it just means you can always see where you are and what you're doing. So it's a great way to sort of really understand the records you're looking at and to understand the amount of records you have for a certain name, the amount of matches you get. So it's a lot more methodical, and it's a lot easier for a beginner to understand, a lot easier for an expert to show to other people, and just to sort of keep track of the research.
Well, I look forward to checking that out. That sounds really interesting. As a professional genealogist, maybe we have a slightly different way of working from some of the more general genealogists, which is that we have to document what we've searched and found and what we've searched and not found. So are you using professional genealogists, do you happen to know, in the beta testing?
Yes, I mean the beta test was open, so anyone who asked to join could join, and so we launched it to a few thousand people at first, and we've been giving more and more people sort of access to it. And so there's been a whole spectrum of people, so beginners and professionals have all had a chance to have a look, and we're sort of keen to keep that going because there is such a wide spectrum of people that use Find My Past. If we cater to any sort of one group, then obviously the other group will lose out. So we're really quite confident that this is going to be useful for everyone, which is, it kind of feeds into the kind of Find My Past idea of family history should be for absolutely everyone. So it's really exciting.
Good, yeah. Okay, and to come back to your partnership role then, could you say a little bit more about, because this is a new job,
it is,
I gather.
It is.
So you're going to just create the job from scratch. Are you going to be working with are you partnering with the local family history societies, for example, or is that somebody else who does that?
I work with family history societies and go and speak at plenty of sort of family history societies, and it's great to get out into the world and talk to people that use the website and people that every day look at Find My Past records and to just sort of hear what they're talking about and to take anything that any sort of feedback, any sort of comments back home, and to make sure that we act on those kind of things. So it's great to connect with all the people that use the website and just to really sort of bring Find My Past to a wider audience. So it's quite an exciting role, and I just love family history so much that it's great to just spend my time with more family historians. So I know that my family are already quite tired of hearing the stories, so now I can share with other people and still have fun.
And I hope the new role won't stop you carrying on your social media role, because you're quite good on social media.
You have other people doing that.
Other people doing that now?
I'm now spending my time with lots of family historians, so I'm still quite excited and still quite happy.
So the social media role has been done, but just by somebody else then?
There are other people doing it. We've got a team of people that sort of deal with all of these kind of things. So they've got their hands on now, and hopefully they'll carry the torch, and we'll see more great things.
So finally, just to wrap up, you've been here at Roots Tech. This is the third day. Is there anything major that you've taken out? I think you were here last year.
Yes, I was. It's grown so much. It keeps growing, and I hear the year before that was even smaller, and it's just ballooned.
Well, I haven't been here for 2 years, and it's enormous.
I can't imagine what it's going to be like in sort of 2 or 3 years' time. I think we might need a stadium. We might need to go down the road to the basketball arena. But it's just a fantastic place. There are so many people from all over the world. I've been listening to talks from experts from all kinds of different topics, and it's great to just hear other kind of like-minded people talk about their passion and what makes them excited about family history. So it's great to share research and just see family history in a whole new light when you get to this kind of thing. So I'm very excited, and I'm already sort of looking at booking my plane tickets and my hotel for next year.
Okay, so have you? Is there any one thing that stands out for you, or have you been sort of like tied to the Find My Pass stand?
I've been quite busy. Yes, I've been doing quite a lot of presentations, and my voice is just about holding up. I've done quite a lot, but I really enjoy just connecting people further back and just sort of getting them to these records that are really useful to them, that they may not have seen or they may not have heard of. And the great thing as well is this year there are so many people that are...
Okay, we're being asked to wind up. I'm so sorry, Miko. Thank you very much. And thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Thank you.